A little bit confused there as she got her back turned to her and up and in on the layup.
I think you got the screen going again. The Verizon data's been getting sucked down pretty hard since this game started, but I have it up and running again right now.
Three ball, no good by Hardin. Tipped out by Hardy. Belgrade basketball. 54 seconds to go in the first quarter. 8-2 Hardin. So Belgrade's had their fair share of turnovers there with eight turnovers. Weber with the basketball, and this is what Belgrade needed. Their floor captain back on the floor, and she takes that floater, no good. 43 seconds to go. Hardy maintains possession of the basketball. She brings it up here with 38 seconds to go. Now over to Plenty down in the corner. So Belgrade in the zone, Hardin trying to find the gaps of the zone. Good screen, gets in the middle there. And up and in. Looks like she was off balance, but Alden gets the shot. 10-2. Throw it into Carlson at half court, throws it back to Deming. 10 seconds here. Deming up and in, no good. So 2 seconds left. It should be
Tell me, is this better now, Ed?
Hardin's basketball.
Can you hear me better?
Duchesne from half court. Oh, just off the mark. So we will take a timeout into the quarter. Is 10-2 Hardin.
Yeah, okay, then get out of that. Get out of that and go back to that. I should say it's live right now. Okay, so we are right now in first quarter. On us, I couldn't get connected, so we missed the first quarter. I mean, Andy's calling it right now. Andy's just talking. Well, right now it's because we have it muted because we have the quarter.
Okay, back here. Start of the second quarter, 10-2 Hardin. Three-pointer up, no good. Off the mark, still remains Hardin basketball. Belgrade with about 8 turnovers there in the first quarter. They're on track to get 16.5, over 30 a game, and that's not going to do it. We have to be able to turn the ball over less and handle the pressure. They worked on that all week, and just kind of got to get in the flow of the game here with that. Hardin's a tough team to do that against because they're so active. Inside, number 33, up and under, foul up. So Plenty does a nice job of the head fake, gets the up and under, and it's no good, but she will still go to the line. 7:40 here to go on the Bozeman Ford Lincoln RV scoreboard. 10-2 Hardin over the Belgrade Panthers.
Hey, Andy, I'm back on. We got our KBOZ listeners on now. So we had a couple technical difficulties here at the Metra. Sometimes the amount of fans here in the building can affect our Verizon signal, and we depend on that to get this broadcast out. So we apologize to anyone who's joining in late here, as I've actually missed most of this first quarter. I see we're down 11-2.
Yeah, it was close early on there for about good first of the quarter, Nate. It was 4-0, and then it got to 6-2. But Belgrade, that's their 9th turnover right there, Belgrade, and that's been the difference. Duchesne with the land, 13-2. So Belgrade just hasn't been able to handle the pressure. Not that the pressure's been so strenuous, but that's Hardin's game, and now that they're in scoring mode, it's going to get tougher and tougher here. Belgrade just hasn't had many offensive opportunities here.
Checking for Belgrade, number 14, Kaya.
So Hohenstein and Bailey Christensen check back in. You have Deming, Bailey, Christensen, Hohenstein, Maya Reed, and Guy on the floor. Into Christensen off the rebound. Good, up and in. So great job off the inbound. They get it to Christensen, a spin move up and in. 13-4, 6:56 to go here in the second quarter. Hardin with the basketball against Belgrade's zone. Out of bounds. Possession Belgrade, so Hardin's turned it over. Early on, Hardin had their fair share of turnovers as well, so it was kind of a 4-2 game for about good 3 minutes, but Belgrade has, again, too many turnovers here, Nate, in the first quarter, or first part of this game, sorry. They had 8 turnovers in the first quarter. Now they got a total of 9 here. So it's going to be something to see if Belgrade can overcome these turnovers, which has extended Hardin's lead 13-4 with 6:45 to go. Belgrade basketball, Hardin still pressing full court. Christensen over to Guy. Guy tries to clear out, and she does against Hardy. Hardy, a very active defender. Guy dribbles right out of bounds and turns it over for their 10th rebound, or 10th turnover of the night.
All right, I think I'm back on here now, Andy. Thanks for taking us through most of this first half as we've had a couple technical difficulties, but we're going to be with you here in the second quarter. As Andy mentioned, Panthers trailing now 13-4 as inside Hardin works it around. Coming away with a loose ball is Hannah Guy. Excuse me, that's Maya Reed. Well, I struggle with Maya Reed and Hannah Guy because they have the exact same ponytail, and now we're all the way up here in the rafters at the Metra. It's tough to tell. Inside,
well, we're getting old, Nate.
I guess so. That's why we're on KBOZ Oldies right now. As Alexa Deming has it on the right wing. Nice pass inside to Hohenstein off the glass and in for Kaya, making it 13-6. Panthers trailing these Hardin Bulldogs.
Yeah, great play there, Nate. And Hardin's going to let them stay in the game, not by choice, just because they play a fast-style offense, fast-style defense. They're going to cast shots up as they just did there. 3 no good. Christensen with the rebound. So still a lot of game left. Belgrade's definitely still going to have chances.
Now Hohenstein with it. She drives in, picks up her dribble, kicks it out, taken away here. This is Hardy. We remember her from last week. She lays it in left hand. 15-6 Hardin on top. And Panthers here struggling with the full court press as Sarah Fowler's going to need to take a timeout. And it looks like this is going to be a full timeout. Is that right?
Yep, full timeout.
With that full timeout, let's go ahead and step aside for 1 minute. You are listening to the Belgrade Panthers on Good Time Oldies. 93.7 KBOZ, back in 1 minute. All right, back here from the timeout at Metro Park in Billings. Bozeman Ford Lincoln RV scoreboard reads Hardin 15, the Lady Panthers from Belgrade 6. With 5:12 to go until halftime. Panthers with the ball. Pass inside to Gabby Weber. Shot is blocked by Hardy. Charmaine Hardy there getting the block for the Bulldogs. Will send Gabby Weber to the free throw line.
Yeah, Gabby has gotten in a couple times here in the first part of this game. She's came off a bench. She's coming off an injury and hasn't looked too bad. Hits that first free throw. She had a nice floater in the lane earlier, just was off the mark. And so Coach Fowler is going to continue to bring her off the bench and just try to play her in spots and see how long she can go. Still nursing that leg. It's not quite fully healed, but they've done a lot of work to get her back as soon as possible.
Second free throw is no good. So the Panthers right now trailing 15-7 here as we are at 4:55 to go till halftime, and then a rare turnover by the Hardin offense.
Well, and Hardin actually turned the ball over early too, Nate. That was kind of what was keeping us in game, and then they finally settled down, but we kept our turnovers going. But here Hardin turns it over, and then that's what we've done consistently is turn it right back with an ill-advised pass there from Bailey Christensen trying to break the press. So that comes up with the Lady Panthers, their 12th turnover of the day.
So now working it around here on offense. Turnover here to Hannah Gee. She'll take it up, get it to Gabby Weber. Drives baseline, goes up with it. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound, Bailey Christensen. She puts it in for 2. So Panthers now trail by 6 with 4:20 to go here in the first half.
And like we said, Belgrade's going to be in this game because of Hardin style of offense. They're not going to try to limit possessions. They're just going to play their game and cast shots. So Belgrade's slowly climbing back in, and that's what they got to do is when they get possessions like that, they look to push there, but they took care of the basketball and they got the shot that they wanted.
So now working it around here, Hardy with it, gets it inside pass and put in. That was Marie 5. We said her name a bunch of times last week when these two teams met just 6 days ago. Hardin got that win pretty big on senior night at home. Maya Reed with it now for the Panthers. 3:35 and counting here in the first half. 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Kaya Hohenstein drives in baseline, picks up her dribble. Looks for a teammate, loses the handle. Ball falls out of bounds. Last touched, I believe, by Hardin.
For the Bulldogs, 21, Michelle Hardin. For Belgrade, 22, Ashley Sempit.
Couple substitutions here. It's going to be Panther ball inbounding deep in Hardin's end. Gabby Weber gets it into Hannah Gee. Gee guarded by Hardy. Pulls up a 14-footer. No good. Christensen getting the rebound. No, it goes to Hardy. So Charmaine Hardy brings it down the floor for the Bulldogs. Pass here on the wing to Alden. Now to Fritzler. All the way across to Hardy on the other wing. Back to Fritzler up top. Fritzler guarded by Weber. Pulls it back. Hardy pass inside to 5. 5 goes up off the glass. No good. Rebound, Gabby Weber.
Yeah, good job by Bailey Christensen defending right there. 5 down in the post, and then they got the rebound. So now they got to be methodical in their offense and try to get a good open shot as Hardin tries to speed them up. But again, we turn it over, Nate. And obviously when you turn the ball over, you don't even get an attempt at a shot to make an offensive bucket. And Hardin calls a timeout here, 30 seconds, Nate.
Yeah, we have a 30-second timeout. Let's stay right here as we are approaching halftime. 2:30 to go here. Bozeman Ford Lincoln RV scoreboard reads the Belgrade Panthers 7, the Hardin Bulldogs 7. It's 17-9. That is the score right now. The Panthers trailing by 8. Want to remind you that today's game on 93.7 is brought to you by Town & Country Foods. Save cash at Town & Country Foods, serving your local communities. Coming out of this timeout now, Panthers will be on defense with Hardin inbounding the ball deep in Belgrade territory. As Charmaine Hardy brings it across, guarded by Weber and Gee here in a zone defense from the Panthers. Picks up her dribble, pass inside to 5, kicked back out here. Fritzler for 3, good. 20-9 now, 11-point lead for Hardin. Gabby Weber trapped, gets it to Gee. Gee, 3-pointer on the way, short. Rebound, tipped around. Weber comes up with it for the Panthers. She goes up, block shot. Taken in now by Iru. Up ahead to Charmaine Hardy. Gets the pump fake, goes up with it, draws the foul. Charmaine Hardy will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Gabby tried to take that shot, and yeah, you got to have her take shots. They're down 20-9, but you can see she can't quite elevate off that foot as much as she's comfortable doing. So it's tough for her to get a little bit more free. As
Charmaine Hardy there, kind of a flat free throw, but it goes in. She's a good free throw shooter. We saw her last week again. She's a great little nifty player for the Bulldogs.
and our girls just not that type of a team to get in a shootout contest with a team. And Hardin, if you can't slow them down by controlling tempo and not turning it over, then you've got to try to run with them a little bit to keep yourself in the game, and we just haven't had the firepower to do that.
Send in here, it gets it into McGinley. Again, full court press here from the Bulldogs as Deming gets up to Sendin across midcourt. 1:40 to go here in the first half. Panthers trailing 22-9. Alexa Deming gets it inside pass taken away. Fritzler with it now up ahead. Gets it to Duchesne, and Duchesne's going to pull it out and slow things down here. In the corner now, Fritzler, runner from the baseline's no good. Rebound McGinley. Gets it to Gee. We got a bird flying around here in the, is that a bat or is that a bird?
Looks like a bat, Nate.
We got a bat.
Did you get your rabies shot?
Yeah, I did. We got a bat flying around here at Metro Park. That's just to tell you where we're at right now. We're up in the rafters here.
It's a big one. I think it's about a 2-pounder.
Ooh, all right. I'm going to hide under this desk if that thing flies back over this way. 1:10 to go here till halftime. Hardin leading 22-9 over the Belgrade Lady Panthers. Panther boys got a victory in the first game here this morning to advance to the semifinal of this divisional tomorrow night. And the girls here trying to make their way through the winner's bracket. If not, they'll have a game in the consolation round tomorrow. Three-pointer on the way from Duchesne is no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Hardin comes up with it. Fritzler with it. Goes up off the glass. No good. Rebound again on the offensive side for Hardin. Going up with missing another offensive rebound for the Bulldogs with 42 seconds to go here till halftime. Now just slowing things down. The Bulldogs may be holding for a final shot here as Fritzler has it in the corner with 30 seconds to go. Gets it to Duchesne. Now here on the right wing, inside pass and a travel called against Arena Plenty. So Plenty there with the travel turns it over to Belgrade with 25 seconds to go. Panthers trail by 13. Need to get something going here. Maybe make a shot to take a little momentum into the half as Deming picks up her dribble, gets it to Gee. Panthers need to get across midcourt. Gee will. Triple team now.
That'll be a blocking foul, for God's sakes.
That was a kind of a chaotic situation there as Hannah Gee took on 3 defenders but draws a blocking foul.
Well, that's what you got to do against a team who presses. You got to try to get angles to get on their hip because they're not going to back off. They're going to try to get steals and tips, and if you can get some fouls and get them into the bonus, you can slow things down. And so, but you got to be able to handle the rock against them. But if you have angles, you got to really put pressure on those defenders and try to get some blocking fouls.
As there's just 5 seconds to go here until half, and a traveling violation called against Belgrade. So turnover here. 3 seconds to go until half. Hardy gets it to Plenty, but it's too late as her shot goes in, but it was after the buzzer, so that will do it for the first half. After one, the score, the Hardin Bulldogs 22, the Belgrade Panthers 9. We will go ahead and step aside here for our halftime show. Let's take a 2-minute break. You are listening to the Belgrade Panthers on 93.7. Back in 2 minutes. All right, back here, halftime at the Metra in Billings. The Hardin Lady Bulldogs leading the Belgrade Panthers 22-9 at the break. Want to remind you that today's game is brought to you by Doc and Nelson Funeral Service and Crematory. Helping families celebrate a life lived, there is a difference. Again, want to just mention in the first game that we had on KBOZ, the Panther boys got a big victory over the Billings Central Rams. I think we finally got some stats here. Let's real quick talk about the boys game and then get into this girls game.
Yeah, Belgrade did a great job of controlling tempo. They put in a style of offense that slows things down because Billings Central wants to get up and down the floor and try to get their leader, Krishawn Dixon, getting in the lane and getting guys open looks out of transition. And Belgrade limited them to very few possessions, and Billings Central only shot 26% from the floor. Krishawn Dixon only finishes with 3 points. Cade Hereford finished with 7 for the leader for Billings Central, but Dawson Fowler finishes with 15, and Noel Reynolds finishes with 10. So they did a masterful job of executing their game plan, controlling the tempo against a team that wants to racehorse it up and down, and they get the victory over Billings Central 43-28, and so they'll go into the semis against Fergus tomorrow night at 5 p.m. and Coach Deming was hoping for that, and he welcomes that, and I think he wants another shot at Fergus after losing that last game in the regular season. Right,
and we will have that game here on a KBOZ as well as our Panther Live YouTube stream and on the NFHS network, so make sure that you tune in for that one tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Let's go ahead and talk real quick about the girls' game so far. Andy, I missed a good part of the first quarter. We find ourselves here with the Lady Panthers trailing by 13, 22-9. Here, break down just the first half of the girls' game.
Yeah, it's what it really comes down here, 22-9, is it comes down to turnovers. And we can get to maybe that if you have an opportunity. We talked to Coach Fowler before the game, and we can maybe play that interview. She talks about they try to simulate that type of tempo by playing more players out on the court against them, playing 6 and 7 players against them to try to see if they can remain calm and make better decisions with the basketball, because we struggled that in Hardin. But currently I have them with about 15 turnovers, Nate, in the first half. That's on track to have 30 turnovers if we continue that pace.
Wow.
And that just, you can't win any ball game doing that. And I'm sure she's talking in there about how they just, number one, have to take care of the basketball. That's got to be the number one objective to climb back in this basketball game, because if you do that, Hardin's going to allow you to do that, because like I said, Hardin's going to continue to just possession by possession just take their normal shots. Maybe if it gets into the fourth quarter a little bit, they might slow it down, but they're going to come out and play normal. So Belgrade's still going to get some more possessions, and we haven't been able to get any shots up with that amount of turnovers. Obviously, that lessens your opportunity to get a shot up and even have a chance at a field goal. So you can't come away with 9 points, and that's due to our turnovers.
All right, let's do this because we missed this in the pregame. Let's get to our Sarah Fowler interview. So Andy Demjanovic met up with Sarah Fowler before the game to get some of her thoughts on this game. We wanted to play it in the pregame, but some of our technical issues, we weren't able to get it over the air. After this interview is done, then we're going to address the issue going on at Belgrade High School that we have heard about. So if Andy is ready, let's go ahead and kick this over to the Sarah Fowler interview.
Okay, we're here on the Ty Elliott State Farm pregame show with head coach Sarah Fowler. Coach Fowler, we talked about last week the boys and girls had kind of tough games in Hardin on senior night, and it was a game you commented that you just want to kind of see what Hardin's about. So how was practice this week?
It was good. You know, we put in we changed our defense up a little bit to go against their flex offense, so we'll see how that works. Gabby Weber's back, so that'll be a big help to us as far as breaking the press. The biggest thing I feel like is us calming down. We broke the press pretty well, but then panicked in the half court. So just staying calm and relaxed and play, you know.
Yeah, you definitely got to limit the turnovers against Hardin, and that's a big key to the game. So did you do anything different in your press break or anything else to help that calmness? Or?
Well, we practiced against 6 or 7 people because that's kind of what it's like when you're out there. They're going full bore, going for every pass, you know, so we just added some people out there and tried to make it more realistic to what it's like feeling like playing them. So hopefully that helped.
And you said Gabby Weber's back. Will she come off the bench or starting, or how did you feel she played in practice, and where is she at with her injury?
She's still pretty sore, so she practiced a little bit off and on throughout the last few days. Each day's gotten better. She got up this morning and got on the treadmill a little bit just to see how it would feel, and she's feeling good today, so she'll come off the bench and we'll just kind of play it by ear, go with her pain tolerance and level. So.
And as far as Hardin scores, how are you going to limit them in the half court as best as possible? I know that's a tough task.
It is. I think the big thing for us in Hardin was we lost DeShane a couple times and just left her wide open, and she's such a great player. We can't do that, and we have to know where they are at all times, and felt like we gave up some rebounds and things. We got to box out. Just doing those little things every single time. We can't have any lapses of any kind in this next 32 minutes, you know.
What's it like coming into the tournament and trying to get kids to play in a morning game?
It's interesting. You know, we had morning practice yesterday, so this probably seems late for them because we practiced 6:45, and so I feel like my kids they seem always awake, and you know, they're just goofy and silly, and they're awake. So I think hopefully by noon we'll be fine.
All right, again, that was Coach Sarah Fowler before the game. We are at halftime right now. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's step aside for a 1-minute break and be back with the start of the third quarter. You are listening to the Belgrade Panthers on Good Time Oldies 93.7 KBOZ. Back in 1 minute. All right, back here at the Metra, getting ready to start this third quarter, but there's been some news around the Gallatin Valley. We want to make sure that we address that as we have some more accurate information from the school. Andy, what do you know about the incident at Belgrade High School this morning?
Yeah, everything is all cleared up. Nothing really came of it, and I can just read a quick statement by the administration team at Belgrade to make sure everybody understands. They just took a cautionary protocol, as you should, on certain things, and obviously with a sensitivity with our country of what happened in Florida, people kind of jump to conclusions quick. So this is a statement from our administration team. They're just writing to provide some information in regards to the shelter in place. I repeat, shelter in place only this morning at Belgrade school districts. We received information that presented a possible threat to the high school. We immediately contacted the authorities and entered the shelter in place. Investigation up to this point has not indicated a significant level of threat, but the police are still working on gathering more information. We used the shelter in place to exercise the utmost caution at the point of the report. So that's the information from our administration, and I believe the kids are good to go going about their school day as we speak.
All right, so let's get back here to basketball action as the Panthers lose a handle in this one. First possession of the third quarter. Maya Reed had a nice behind the back, but then taken away by the Bulldogs. So here with it now is that is Fritzler with it. Gets it inside pass here. 5 up off the glass is no good. Rebound is loose and picked up by, last touch by Kaya Hohenstein. So it's going to be Hardin basketball here with 7:25 to go in the third. Inbounded to Hardy. Fritzler for 3, no good. Rebound tipped around. Christensen comes up with it, gets it ahead to Reed, and then Reed is fouled on the floor. So with this foul on the floor, I remind you that today's game is brought to you by Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking. So now with it is Guy for the Panthers in the corner. Picks up a dribble, gets it inside to Christensen off the glass. No good. Excuse me, off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound goes to Hardin. As Hardy brings it down the floor here. Under 7 minutes to play in this third quarter. Hardin with a 13-point lead over the Panthers. Pass inside. Tipped around, lost. Comes up with it for the Panthers. Now ahead to Ashley Senden. Senden all alone. Goes up on the left side and lays it in off the glass. 22-11 now. Panthers trail by 11. Fritzler brings it down the floor here for Hardin. Now Iru with it. Drives in. Pass inside to 5. 5 is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Hohenstein thought there, Nate, with her arms up. Shouldn't have been a foul, but the referee thinks contact came down. But the biggest thing is the step before that is you can't let that offensive player cross your face across the lane. You got to jam that player up so they can't establish that post position. And easy for her to slide down, get to the block. Got Kai on her back and was able to make a move that put her in that position.
So 5. I believe she hit the first free throw. Second one here on the way. Misses. Rebound tipped around. Maya Reed comes up with it. Nearly loses the handle. Out of bounds. Last touch by Hardin. It's a tough backcourt, full court press here from Hardin. Belgrade's going to look to inbound it here. Gets it into Reed. Reed with it in the corner. Just a dribble out. Behind the back. Picks up her dribble. Now up ahead to Guy. Guy to Christensen. Christensen kicks it to Senden. Now Hannah Guy will shoot the three-pointer. No good off the front iron. Hardy comes down with the rebound. Hardy up ahead. Gets it to 5. Iru with the three-pointer. No good. Rebound, Maya Reed. Gets it to Guy, who's now going to look to dribble it across midcourt. Hardy providing full court press. Guy across midcourt. Gets a screen from Senden. Now Weber in the corner. She'll shoot the 3. No good. Rebound 5. And Marie 5. Excuse me, this is Iru for Hardin. She now gets it to Charmaine Hardy. Back to Iru. Pass inside. And then off the glass. Nice little bank shot there by Arena Plenty. And then hitting the floor very hard was Marie 5, slowly getting back up, but it looks like she's okay.
Wow.
Boy, we heard that up here even with our headphones on.
Yeah, head knocking on the floor there.
So it looks like Marie 5 is all right, though. She hit the ground hard. 13-25, Hardin on top with 4:50 to go here in the third. Turnover. Belgrade gets the ball back. Here is Hannah Guy driving in, going up, left hand off the glass, and good.
There we go. Got within 10 here. And that's what we talked about. You know, Hardin's going to allow you the opportunity to stay in the game with continue to run and gun and take their shots quickly. And they actually turned the ball over there a couple times. And Belgrade cuts it to 10 with 4:40 to go.
So timeout taken here on the floor. I remind you that today's game is brought to you by Rich's Flooring for quality you can stand on. 4:40 to go in the third. Bozeman Ford Lincoln RV scoreboard reads the Hardin Bulldogs 25, the Belgrade Panthers 15. And again, we saw these two teams play 6 days ago, and that was a lopsided victory for Hardin. Maybe two factors that are a little different from that game to this game is one, it was senior night at Hardin, where this is morning at the Metra.
See, I don't like that. They come out of the timeout, and the official puts the ball on the ground and starts counting. Let the kids get out of the timeout. Hustle them out of the timeout the best you can, but this is a tournament basketball. I just disagree with that.
Well, either way, Hardin is able to inbound the ball without a 5-second violation.
Yeah, they almost turned it over, though. I just don't think that's right.
I guess what the officials here are trying to catch back up on schedule here at the Metro Park because we're about an hour behind because of a triple overtime game this morning. And now a foul called on the floor against Hardin as Belgrade comes down with a rebound. So now Belgrade's going to have to inbound it and break a full court press here, trailing by 10 with 4:15 to go. But I was mentioning the difference between this matchup and a week ago, not only the location and time, but also Gabby Weber back for the Panthers. As Belgrade looks to break this press. Turnover. Iru comes up with it. She goes up off the glass and in, and she's fouled. So a chance here for a three-point play for Hardin, leading 27-15 with 4:06 to go in this third quarter. As Iru's free throws on the way, no good. Rebound, Gabby Weber. She'll take it down the floor herself.
Yeah, but again, that continues to extend and keep this lead here. And Belgrade turns it over again.
Yep, another turnover here, and coming up with it is Shaylin. Walks over ice for the Bulldogs. Gets it to, is this Duchesne with it? Now Iru finds Duchesne in the corner. Three-pointer coming. No good. Rebound, Bailey Christensen. Up ahead to Gabby Weber. Weber's got Sendin up ahead, but Weber's hanging on to it inside the key. Now she passes to Sendin on the block. Kicks it out to Gee. Three-pointer from Hannah Gee coming. No good off the front iron. Maya Reed, though, with the offensive rebound.
Yeah, good hustle there by Maya. Yeah, Gabby a little late giving it to Sendin. Probably should have saw her a little bit earlier, so she probably should have.
Christensen, but turnover. Another turnover here against the Panthers. Gives it back to Hardin with 3 minutes to go in this third. Here's Fritzler with it. 15-footer, no good. Panthers come up with the rebound. Up ahead to Weber. Crossover. Weber goes on the left side, goes up and is fouled. I think she was fouled on the floor, though.
Yeah, ref immediately points to the floor there off the spin move. Just couldn't quite get that ball up quick enough. But needless to say, she does a good job of drawing the foul in transition. And that'll be her third foul for, is it Iru?
Yeah, Iru. Number 23. Ayana Iru.
Yeah, that's her third, so she takes a seat to the bench there. 2:42 to go here in the third quarter. Belgrade down 12.
Christensen has it, gets it to Weber. Weber now gets it to Sendin. Sendin to Weber in the corner. Gabby dribbles out, thought about a three, gets it now to Sendin, who's back in the corner, back up to Weber on the wing. Picking up a screen then from Sendin, a little two-man game with Ashley Sendin and Gabby Weber. Now double teamed on the low block is Weber, and she tries to throw it out off of a Hardin player, but getting out of the way and then out of bounds on Weber. Turnover.
Good reaction by Duchesne there. Gabby goes to throw it off her leg, and she moves quickly as she knew that was going to be the next play option.
Yeah, Duchesne knew that was coming.
Most athletes just stay there. Duchesne knew it was coming. She moves, and we just throw it away. So that turnover is not too bad. Gabby Weather's trying to throw it off her leg, but Duchesne quick enough to respond to it.
So here Duchesne will bring it down the floor for the Bulldogs. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Hardin leading 27-15. As Duchesne has it now on the right wing, guarded by Alexa Deming. In the corner, walks over ice for three, no good. Rebound, Gabby Weber. Weber takes it across midcourt herself. Has Duchesne guarding her up top, pulls it back out, calls out a play, looking for a high screen from McGinley. Goes the other way, gets it to Sendin on the wing, and to McGinley on the high post. McGinley pass inside to Deming. Deming back out to Weber. 1:27 to go now in the third. Panthers down by 12. Turnover as Duchesne takes it away from Weber, and then she'll go up with it off the glass and good. 29-15, Hardin now on top.
Yeah, and Weber can't quite chase Duchesne down as she's full speed, and Weber's only about half speed, so.
And then Weber, floater in the lane is good, redeems herself there with that little shot inside the key to make it 29-17. Panthers just trail by 12, under 1 minute to play here in the third, needing a stop. As Duchesne has it, gets it to Realbird, now in the corner, back inside to Realbird, losing the handle on it. And then we have out of bounds, last touch by Hardin. So a turnover is going to give Belgrade the ball, an opportunity here. Get a bucket here before the end of the third. Again, Panthers trailing 29-17 with 40 seconds to go in this third. Gabby Weber with it across midcourt. Pulls it up on the right wing, picks up her dribble, looks for a teammate. Finds Sendin on the top. Ball batted around. Hannah Gee comes up with it. Gee's shot misses. Rebound goes to Hardin. Charmaine Hardy has it. Nice pass to Duchesne. She lays it in with the left hand with 16 seconds to go. 31-17, Hardin on top. As Hannah Gee has it with 10 seconds to go here in the third, up to Alexa Deming on the left wing. 5 seconds to go now. Gee with it. Panthers aren't aware of the clock. 2 seconds inside to Deming, up off the glass, no good. And there's the horn for the end of the third quarter. So after 3, the score on the Bozeman Ford Lincoln RV scoreboard reads the Hardin Bulldogs 31, the Belgrade Lady Panthers 17. We'll be back in 1 minute with the fourth quarter. You're listening to the Belgrade Panthers on Good Time Oldies 93.7 KBOZ. All right, back here, start of the fourth quarter. Hardin with the ball, leading 31-17. Three-point shot on the way, no good. Rebound goes to Marie, 5 for Hardin, keeping the possession alive now. Alden with it. Now inside, kick back out to Duchesne for 3, no good. Rebound, tipped around, brought in by Hardin. Now taking it to the rack is Alden. She misses. Another offensive rebound to Reelbird. Another offensive rebound. Now it's on the floor and tied up. And the possession arrow is in favor of Belgrade. Just a lot of second, third, fourth, and fifth chances for Hardin right now. Panthers inbound it here, looking to break this full court press. Sendon has it up across midcourt. Nearly turned over. McGinley comes up with it. Her shot's blocked. Marie, 5 comes away with it. She gets it to Charmaine Hardy. Hardy up across midcourt. Gets it to Reelbird. Reelbird drives baseline, kicks it all the way back out. Three-pointer on the way from Alden is in and out and then in.
So Hardin here on a tear, and Belgrade turns it over on that end of the court. 6:53 to go, 34-17. Hardin slowly pulling away here.
And wow, I need a little drink of water there. Apologize about that. As Hardin has the ball right now, again leading 34-17. Pass all the way across. Now inside to 5. She is fouled.
Easy call there again. Offensive player cross face, and Megan was a little bit late, so she got pinned and tried to get through the body there, and easy call for the official.
So 6:42 to go here in this game. Hardin has the ball and Panther under the Panther basket, inbounding it as Duchesne gets it into Charmaine Hardy. Hardy picks up her dribble. Alexa Deming nearly gets the steal. To Alden now. Alden drives with the left, kicks it to Hardy for 3. No good. Rebound, loose, out of bounds. Last touch by Belgrade, so it's going to be Hardin ball still here on this end with 6:28 to go, and Hardin still on top, 34-17. It's now inbounded to Alden. Alexa Deming nearly gets a steal, then Hannah Gee comes up with the loose ball. Gee trapped in the backcourt, gets it up to Weber. Weber to Deming. Back to Weber. Now inside here on the high post. Out to Sendon. To Christensen, Sendon. Now Weber in the corner. Weber pulls it out. Nice little give and go with Christensen. Then turnover taken away by Hardy. Hardy's got it. Goes up. Right hand off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound. Marie, 5. She puts it in. 36-17, Hardin on top.
Yeah, you can see how much energy Hardin has compared to Belgrade right now, and it's just because of the press. When you score, you can get into that press and create a lot of energy. Belgrade turns the ball over again, and that's been the hugest factor, Nate, and it's going to be a broken record here for the next 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Not much else to say about it, but Hardy no good for the 3. Tip out. Bailey Christensen no good. Duchesne no good. Belgrade with the rebound. So just got to try to limit the turnovers again in the next 5 minutes and try to get some shots up to try to get into the lead.
There another turnover there. 9 to go in this one. 36-17. Again, 5:06 now to go here as the Panthers are trailing 36-17. Duchesne with it. Pulls it out, gets it to Hardy. Hardy back to Duchesne. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound, Kaya Hohenstein. Hohenstein is going to take it herself, gets it to Guy. Guy dribbles in left hand. Goes up, misses. Taken away by Hardin. Now Charmaine Hardy with it. Under 4:30 to go now in this one. Hardin up on top by 19. Iru gets it to Hardy. Hardy back to Iru. 15-footer on the way. In and out, then back in. 38-17 Hardin up. Here's Senden with it. Looking for a teammate. Puts it on the floor now. Gets it to Hohenstein. Hohenstein drives right hand, goes up. Nice finger roll, but no good. Rebound goes to Hardin. Up ahead to Hardy. She finds Marie 5 with under 4 minutes to play. And then her shot is up and in. That was Duchesne who got that one. 40-17 now, Hardin on top.
Yeah, with Duchesne, I mean, averaging 17 a game, and Hardin continues to bring the pressure, finally gets the foul called there. So Bailey Christensen fouled, but you know, they definitely got some scoring power, like Coach Fowler said in the pregame show, and even right now, you know, with this huge lead, they can continue to extend that lead. They're in a comfortable position, and it's been tough scoring for Belgrade. It's tough, you know, Gabby Weber's the type of kid, like Sarah Fowler said in the last game, she does so much besides score, but today you needed some scoring power, not much scoring by Belgrade.
Christensen inside, shot misses, rebound goes to Hardin. 3:20 to go in this game. I want to remind you that today's game is brought to you by Tire Factory. Always on time, always the right tire, always the right price, and always the best warranty. As Hardin's going to try to chip away at the clock here, get out of this game and advance to the next round of this divisional tournament. A loss here for the Panthers means I believe they'll play in the consolation round starting at 1:30 tomorrow. Is that right? Do you know, Andy? Well, I guess you got to look through. I asked you the question, and then I got to make you look here in the book.
No, that's correct. The girls' bracket would be the loser of this game is Friday at 1:30 p.m. Yes.
Gotcha. As Bailey Christensen here on the Belgrade end is able to lay one in off the glass. So 40-19, Panthers trail here with 2:35 to go. Hardy gets it in the corner. Now pass down low to Iru. Iru, nice move on the baseline, goes up and is fouled. So we'll send Iru to the free throw line. Christensen picks up the foul. Today's game is brought to you by First Security Bank, your locally owned and operated neighborhood bank serving the Gallatin Valley since 1919, member FDIC. Shot good. 41-19 as Coach Sarah Fowler is going to bring in a couple reserves. Taylor Christensen is in the game. Here, Jaden Blakely as well checked in. That's our scoreboard operator's cousin, it sounds like. Nice. Pass up ahead and foul called on the floor. Again, 2:17 to go in this game. Hardin on top big, 41-19. The whistle was a foul against Hardin on the floor, so it's going to be Belgrade ball. As up ahead here, turnover again here. Iru with it. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound to Hardin. Tipped around, another offensive rebound. Now a three-pointer on the way, no good. Offensive rebound once again. Inside now to 5, and she is fouled. That was actually Arena Plenty who had it and was fouled. And really time after time, Andy, it's offensive rebound for Hardin, offensive rebound for Hardin. And boy, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, and we've turned the ball over a ton, and then they get, 3 or 4 offensive possessions and rebounds in one set, and finally, they get fouled here. So it's tough to get back and climb back into the game when, we turn over and haven't been able to rebound the basketball particularly well.
Plenty shot misses.
Ends.
Carlson gets the rebound, 1:44 to go here in this one. 41-19, Hardin on top of the Panthers. Inside to Carlson off the glass, no good. She gets her own rebound, and then her shot is blocked out of bounds, and so it'll be Belgrade ball inbounding.
Yeah, nice pass from Blakely there.
Yeah, really.
Great post up, not high-low, but she was fully fronted, so she threw it over the top to defense, and Michaela's got some decent height there. She's just got to be able to finish that shot.
Hohenstein's 3, no good. Rebound Blakely. Blakely goes up with it, and she's fouled. So this will send Jaden Blakely to the free throw line.
And I like Jaden Blakely's attitude. She's a hustler, and she's an aggressive player, and she comes ready to compete. And she kind of did this in Hardin when she was in there. She kind of got to the free throw line.
Jaden Blakely, again, is Xander Cameron's cousin. Xander is our scoreboard operator here, making this broadcast possible today. How about that? Keeping it in the family. 1:27 to go in this one. 41-20. Hardin on top. Free throw misses. Rebound goes to Hardin. Boy, still pushing it ahead with some key players on the floor as Iru has it. Iru drives in. Kicks it back at the plane. It's taken away here. This is Taylor Christensen, who goes up off the glass. No good. Gets her own rebound. Goes up again and is fouled. So Taylor Christensen again getting some minutes here at the varsity level. Is going to find herself at the free throw line and try to break into the scorebook. I look over at my co-commentator Andy Demjanovic, and he is putting in an absence for tomorrow because he's going to be here calling action. Is that what's going on? All right. We'll be back here at the Metro. I want to remind you that tomorrow's games, we will have the girls at 1:30 in a consolation round. We don't know who they're playing yet. And the boys will be playing at 5 p.m. against Lewistown in a matchup of a series split over the regular season. We won at home in Belgrade, and Lewistown beat us at their place just earlier this month. So we'll have the rubber match for Belgrade and Lewistown in the boys game. That'll be at 5 p.m. tomorrow. As now here at the girls game, under 1 minute to play, we have a jump ball called, and possession arrow is in favor of Hardin. Quick inbound here for Fritzler. Throws it off the back of Hohenstein. Gets it. Now looks inside to Plenty, and Plenty goes up, and she is fouled. This will send Arena Plenty to the free throw line. No, excuse me. Was that offensive or a travel? Missed that call as Belgrade's going to have possession here. Hohenstein with it. Cross midcourt. Hohenstein takes it to the hoop. Goes up and in. Kaya Hohenstein, the senior for the Panthers. Getting that 2 points here. 41-22. Hardin on top. Fritzler has it. She could potentially run out the clock here with 20 seconds to go. And a 19-point lead right now. As Jaden Blakely comes out, nearly gets the steal. It goes out of bounds. Blakely was the last to touch it. So with 12 seconds to go here in this one, it'll be Hardin ball. And again, a 19-point lead, and able to just run this clock out and advance to the semifinals tomorrow. Now Plenty with it. Gets it to Walks over ice. 3 ball up. No good. Rebound Blakely, and Blakely is fouled at the buzzer, and the ref says let's let that one go. That was after the buzzer. So final score here in the girls game, the Bozeman Ford Lincoln RV scoreboard says Hardin 41, the Belgrade Lady Panthers 22. Andy, give us some final analysis here of this girls game.
Yeah, that's what we discussed early on in the game, even with Coach Fowler in the pregame, something we said all game, and we just couldn't overcome turnovers. Second consecutive game against Hardin where we had a plethora of turnovers. We're close to 30 turnovers in this game, Nate, and that limits your scoring possessions and shots you can attempt to score. And we know that Hardin has some decent firepower offensively, and they were just able to make those shots, and Belgrade wasn't in full, with Gabby Weber playing at about 50-60%. So Belgrade just couldn't overcome those obstacles against Hardin. So the final score here is Hardin 41 and Laurel 22. So that's where we finish, Nate, and they'll have to regroup, and always 0-0. They lost their first tournament game, but they take Florida State. So you can't be disappointed and get focused.
All right, well, that will do it for